Adventure Builder, Adventure Builder, Adventure Builder! Alright, today I want to talk about how to change your life, because that's something I'm asked a lot. To change your life, you probably have to change who you are. You have to change into the person who lives the life that you want to live. Now, you may already be that person, in which case there's a good chance your life is already heading in that direction. So you don't need help. But for everyone else, you probably need to change yourself into the person who can live that life. Let me give you a quick example. Recently someone asked me, hey, how do I get a life like yours? Like, I want to do the stuff you do. You know, how did you get all that? How did you live? And I said, okay, well, what do you do right now? And he said, well, I don't know, whatever, I don't know. And I was like, okay, what are you good at? And he said, well, video games. I'm really good at video games. And I was like, okay, video games. When you play your video games, are you sitting or standing? And he's like, I sit on the couch and play video games. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I stand. And that might seem like an inconsequential difference until you think about all the reasons and the consequences of standing when you could sit. I'll let you think about that yourself. Anyway, to change yourself into something else, to improve yourself, you're probably going to need to improve skills of some kind. Whether it's, mental concentration, physical strength, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to tell you a method that I use for pretty much everything in my life that helps me with endurance and concentration and just strength and just everything in my life. All right, let me go back to when I figured this out. I used to run track many years ago. Before everyone asks, in high school I won the 800 meters at the Ontario Provincial Championships twice, and then at university I won the decathlon at the New England Championships, and my relay team came 5th at nationals one year. And anyway, I was all right. But in the summers, when there wasn't any competition to get ready for, and that's why I don't really run anymore. I never liked the competition part. I like the improving part. So I still run and everything. I just don't compete. But anyway, in the summers when there were no meets I had to get ready for or anything, I would just do experimental things, test things out. And it was nice having something like running to gauge results, because I could run a certain distance and get back in time and know precisely if I did better today or worse today than yesterday, because I get an exact number of seconds and tenths of seconds. So one summer I decided I'm going to try this thing that should work based on how based on my understanding of evolution and biology and all this stuff. And that was to run 1% faster than is comfortable for me. So I decided I was going to run 10 kilometers every day, which isn't a big deal for someone who had been running. It wasn't a huge thing. So the first day I ran my 10 kilometers, just pretty chill and relaxed. Just trying to find a comfortable pace, something that was real easy, that I felt like I could just go, and just go all day, just super chill. And then I was like, all right, now I'm going to start this 1% method that's brewing in my brain. So the second day I ran the first half a kilometer at the super chill pace, just to get used to it and be like, all right, here's my baseline, here's my comfort. And then when I got to the first half kilometer, I was like, all right, the next 9.5, I'm going to do 1% faster than is super comfortable. And the difficult part about this method is not that it's super strenuous, it's that you have to keep the focus the whole time. Because it's really easy to say, I feel good, I feel okay, I'm comfortable right now, let me crank it out, yeah! Or it's also really easy to say, let me just back off and just super chill, relax. No, it's kind of difficult to just turn it up a tiny bit and maintain it there. But that's the trick for this 1% method. So I turned it up just a tiny bit and I'm running, and it feels kind of weird because I'm like, I want to go faster because I'm speeding up, but I'm like, no, just stay like just a tiny hair above what's comfortable. And then after a little while, my comfort level caught up to where I was, and then that pace became comfortable. I was like, all right, let me just turn it up just a tiny bit more. And this is just tiny amounts, tiny slivers of increases that are happening. And to start this method, I had to turn down my pace way down from what it was before. Because before, I would run and try really hard the whole time, and I would be maxing out. But I was like, no, let me turn it way back, and let me go back to my comfort level, and then let me tease my comfort level to come with me. And that's how you make the hugest life changes, is when you can, it's not even necessarily a comfort level, but it's like you can bring, I'm just calling it comfort level because that's the best thing I can think of. You can bring that comfort level with you so that you can be trying hard and doing your best and still feel like you're at home. Like you don't have to leave. And over the weeks and months, I just kind of kept getting slivers and slivers faster. And within the first month, I'd caught up to what I could do before. But this time, it wasn't difficult. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not difficult. It was stressful and strenuous. Yeah, it was strenuous. But I didn't feel like I had to stop, like before when I could run this pace. Because I'd brought my comfort level with me. And then I just kept increasing. I didn't hit any plateaus. I didn't, burn out or feel like I'd maxed myself out. I could just keep increasing little bits at a time. And I was running like 5-minute miles at the slowest. I was down to like 4:30 miles for a while there. I don't know, anyone who knows running knows that's pretty fast. And I can still run 5-minute miles now because I use that method whenever I go running. I don't blow myself out, and but I also don't relax back completely into the comfort zone. I just try to stay a little bit ahead of it. Now, once I realized how successful and how well this worked, I started applying it to all kinds of other areas in my life. Because I was like, if I can run this pace and feel comfortable and feel like there's no injuries at all, and I'm like right here and I don't feel like I have to quit, what else can I do this with? So I started applying it to when I would design mechanical robots and things, because that's something I spent a lot of time doing. Instead of spending the first day just like killing my brain just trying to focus, I'd be like, all right, this is just starting to get out of my comfort zone, so let me just back off a little and not get too crazy. And then the next day I'd come back and I'd be fresh and ready to think about the thing more. Here's a fitness challenge for you. And this is one that applies to people who have never been able to get into a fitness routine and people who already exercise. Start a push-up challenge. Every morning or every evening, whenever you feel like. And every time, do the number of push-ups that you can very easily, comfortably do. And when it starts to feel difficult, like it's not fun anymore, do one more. Now, for many people, this will mean they're only doing one push-up, because right at the beginning it's uncomfortable. But at some point, that one push-up is going to start feeling easy. And then you do two. You only do one difficult one. Now, for a lot of people who can already do a lot of push-ups, it will still only be one push-up because you've not taken your comfort level with you. You didn't bring it with you. So go back and just do the one push-up until you can just be like, oh, yeah, it feels great. And then on the second one, it's like, oh, wait, that's hard. Oh, let me just do that. Okay, that's it. Pretty soon, you're going to be doing like 20 push-ups, like, oh, that feels great the whole time. 30, 40. But you have to maintain the consistency over the weeks and months and years. It gives amazing results if you just stick to it. It just takes persistence. You know what? I've been doing my push-ups different than that. I'm going to start doing them like that. every morning. Yeah. Let's crank up this 1%. One super important thing, never diminish yourself to get a better life. It doesn't work.